Hey guys, it's Rianne, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what I carry in my carry-on bag when I go on a long-haul flight. So this is definitely what I do on international flights or flights where I'm flying from LA to like Boston or New York or LA to Hawaii. Any flight that's kind of like 5 hours plus. These things that I keep in this bag are just so crucial to me having a comfortable flight. So my bag is from Briggs & Riley, and it's from the Kinsey Street collection, which is what my luggage is from as well. All of my luggage is from Briggs & Riley. And that's because they really make the best luggage on the market, and they're the only luggage company that I could find that had a lifetime warranty. So what I was doing before I found Briggs & Riley is I was buying a piece of luggage on sale every year, and then by the end of the year, it was on its last leg and it would be breaking, and I'd have to buy a new one the next year. And I was like, this is so wasteful. I would rather just buy a really well-built piece of luggage that has a lifetime warranty, and that's what Briggs & Riley does. And you know, the fact that they offer the lifetime warranty really means they like back up their work. So yeah, and by the way, if you guys want to kind of see a luggage collection, I'd be really happy to do that video for you because I have a special piece of luggage that I love for taking to Europe especially. So if you want to see that, I definitely could do that video. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'll show you guys what's inside my backpack. Another element I love about Briggs & Riley is just the design. The people who designed this luggage are people who travel a lot because they have all of these great ideas that they kind of build into the bag. So as I'm kind of taking you through the bag, I'm gonna point them out. I'll have this link below. It's called the Small Wide Mouth Backpack, and as you can see, it has this really awesome wide mouth top piece. And I love that so much because it makes it really easy to get in there and get what you need. And especially when I'm like traveling, I hate to have to be kind of like digging through my backpack to get to what I need to get to. So to start, let's go ahead and go into this biggest part of the bag. So right in the inside, you can see right here, I have my headphones kind of around this little button. And that is so helpful because I am always losing my headphones. They're always getting super tangled. And so I can kind of just wrap them up and button them into the backpack, which is really awesome. So when you like pull the button, you can free your headphones, which is always great. So in the middle here, we have a pocket with an RFID shield, and that just makes it so that way people who have scanning software who like try to scan your ID or your passport and get your information. So there's an RFID shield built into that pocket, which makes it so they won't be able to steal your information, which always gives me peace of mind. So this is a really great pocket to keep your ID or your passport. I personally have my phone in here right now, and I have a bunch of other travel videos up, but I absolutely need my phone if I'm going traveling because I'm always checking like the TripAdvisor app, I'm using maps, I'm always checking my emails, Instagram, and before I get on the flight, I always like to download movies from either Amazon or Netflix in order to watch on the plane. So this is really, really important. Over here on the left, they have like some little things that you could like stick a pen in if you wanted to, and then also if you have an iPad, you could slip the iPad in here and there's like a built-in iPad case, so that way it'll be all protected. So that is in the back right here. So I don't really have an order in mind. I'm just gonna pull what's on top out and show it to you guys in that order. So the first thing that's in here is my sleep mask. It says Sweet Dreams. I picked this up on one of my trips to Boston. I definitely need a new one because the elastic is a little bit worn out on this one. It's so hard for me to sleep without an eye mask, so I need one wherever I go, and especially on the plane, because it's even harder to sleep on the plane. So one of these is crucial for me. The next thing I have in here is a pair of socks, and I actually got this idea because I was flying Turkish, and they gave us all a little zipper case of Chopard amenities. Oh, so fancy. And one of the things they had in there was a pair of socks for everyone and a pair of slippers for everyone. So that was when I got the idea. I was like, why am I wearing my shoes the entire time on this flight? It's 14 hours. So I like to bring a nice pair of fluffy socks, especially because flights are always cold for me, in order to, you know, be more comfortable. The next thing in here is also crucial for traveling, and this is the Anker power bank. I love this so much. I think it can charge your phone like 4 times or something crazy. And in this little thing, it has the charger and the charge cord. But this is so important for me when I'm traveling because like I said, I use my phone like crazy in order to like know where I am and pick restaurants that are nearby and check TripAdvisor. So I always need to have extra power for my phone because it dies so quickly because I'm using it a lot more than I usually would. The last thing I have in here is a little beauty pouch, and this has all of the beauty products that I use on the plane. This is just a little canvas pouch from Breakups to Makeup. It says, I would cry, but my mascara is designer. It's really sassy like that. And in here, I have all of the necessities. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this is like one of the worst flu seasons that we've had in 10 years or something in the United States. And air travel always makes me nervous when it comes to contracting some sort of virus. So in here, it is no surprise that I have, first of all, hand sanitizer, and then second of all, 2 packs of wet ones because I just wipe everything down. I've read a lot of articles about the germiest parts of planes. So if you want to kind of protect yourself from getting sick on the plane, it's always a good idea to have some wet ones and to wipe down your seat belt and your tray table, as well as like the back of the seat and everything, just so that way you can kind of protect yourself against viruses and things like that. So I always have some of these. Air travel always makes me break out, and it's because it's so dry in the cabin that your skin starts to produce excess oil in order to kind of keep your skin from drying out too much, and that can cause acne. So in order to combat that, I love to bring these face masks by Garnier with me. These are so convenient to just pick up. About every 5 hours, I like to do one of these masks, and these are 15-minute masks. I'll usually leave them on for more like half an hour, and then when I take them off, you know, they leave behind all of their nice essence, so that way your skin doesn't get dried out. So I definitely need to have these when I'm on a long flight. These are a skincare lifesaver, because the last thing you want to do is get to your destination and have a bunch of breakouts. So these have really, really helped me with that. The next thing I have in here are the Eyes by To Go Spa, and these are amazing for red eyes. When I'm flying back east, I take red eyes a lot, but these are also so perfect, especially when you're flying internationally, because usually I'll like land and it'll be morning time, but it wasn't really a red eye because I've been on the plane for so long. These are so important. Basically what I do is about an hour and a half before we're about to land, I put on these refreshing ice water eyes. And basically you're supposed to leave these on for 15 to 20 minutes. Again, I leave them on for 30 to 35 just because I like to get the hydration going. But this helps so much if you're hopping off the plane and then you're going to go and experience the city that your destination is. You don't want to have like tired eyes in all of your pictures. So these are a lifesaver for that. And just to give you guys an idea of how dry it is in the cabin, I was taking a red eye from LA to New York, and about like 2 hours into the 5.5 hour flight, I decided to put these on, and I fell asleep with them on. So I fell asleep for like 2 hours, and I woke up and these were completely dry. And these are like probably the most hydrating things in the world. So the fact that these had like completely dried out, I was like, oh my gosh, it should never be this dry in the cabin. So anyway, that's just a testament to how dry it is and how much your under eyes need that hydration, and these are amazing for it. And then right before the plane is about to touch down, I do the last step of my skincare routine, and that is to take a Micellar Makeup Removing Towelette by Garnier, and I just kind of like, you know, take it over my skin just to kind of give a little bit of a cleanse, kind of refresh my skin and get myself ready for my destination. Of course, in the dry cabin, my hands get super dry too, so I love to have one of these. This is by Avene, and this is the Exera Calm, and this is a lipid replacing lotion, so I love this for my hands because it is so incredibly hydrating. And then this is just like a little travel size, so I always have one of these with me. And then of course my lips are going to get chapped, so I have my trusty Burt's Bees, which I always love and need. And then the other things I have in here are an extra hair tie in case the hair tie that I took on the plane breaks or anything. I always need a hair tie. And then I also have a mortar board in case I break a nail. And the last things I have are some oil blotting papers. These are more for when I'm actually on my trip, but I always find it nice to have them just in case. So like I said, that's everything that's in the main portion of the backpack. So on the top of the backpack, there's another really convenient pocket right here. And so I'll usually put a couple dollars in here so that way I can buy some food or water in the airport, and it's really easy for me to get. And speaking of money, I keep my wallet in the front part of the backpack right here. So if you look in here, I keep my wallet, and then inside here there's like a couple little pockets that you could put pens or any little kind of like notebook or something that you wanted to put in there. But I just keep my wallet in there, and I usually have like my credit cards and everything like that in there, so it's easily accessible. I keep it in the front when I'm on my way to the airport and in the airports, just because you're not gonna get robbed in an airport most likely. I mean, there's security everywhere. But when I arrive at my destination, as far as going from the airport to my hotel or to my Airbnb, I always stick it back here. So that way, like if I'm walking around, nobody would be able to go in and get it without me kind of like feeling it, because it would be pressed up against my back. So I like this little feature for that especially. And depending on where I am, I'll usually leave this in the hotel safe once I get to my hotel or somewhere safe in my Airbnb. Usually what I'll take out of here is my ID and my cards, and then I put them in this really awesome secret pocket back here. So as you can see, there's like this little thing, and you would never know it was a zipper unless you know, knew about it. So in here, I already have my passport. And this also has an RFID shield on it, so that way people would not be able to scan. And that's where I keep my passport and my boarding pass, just so I A, don't lose it, and B, because again, I won't get pickpocketed having it in there. And the sides of the backpack each have these other little pockets, and these are great if you want to stick like a snack in here or a water bottle, especially when you're in the airport. Basically, this backpack is just amazing for travel. I love how well made it is. It's super comfortable on the body. And again, I just love that these pockets are against the back because people would not be able to pickpocket you nearly as easily behind your back because you'll feel somebody like behind you. So I thought that was so genius, and I just love everything about this bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some ideas on what to put in your own carry-on bag. I hope you guys are having a really great day. If you love travel videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's @RhiannStar, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye guys!